Hey guys, what's up? She Pirate here, and it's time to wrap up my penny hunt. I actually had one of the best wheat scent harvests that I have had in a while. So let's start with that 1957 wheat scent. All right, so here's a close-up of my 1957 Denver wheat scent that I found in this coin roll hunt. Let's turn it over. Let me get a little bit closer for you. There you go. And we'll also be scoping it out under the scope as well. And the reverse. Alright, as you can see, there are a little bit over 1 million of the 1957 wheat scent minted. And if you were to turn this in for grading, that is the Red Book value of the 2019 edition. Alright folks, here we're moving on to the 1941 and 1942 Philadelphia scent, wheat scent. Beautiful condition. Let's turn them over. And there's the reverse. 1941 and 1942 wheat scent. Alright, of the 1941, there you can see it is a very high mint. And, you know, because of the high mintage, it does have a lower grading value. But this 1941 happens to be actually in a very nice condition. You can see the beautiful wheat stalk details. And there's the obverse. And the 1942 has just a slightly lower mintage on it. But again, beautiful wheat stalk detail. If I can get this to focus. Sorry guys. There we go. And let's see the obverse. There you go. The obverse on this one is a little weak. You can see the date there. The 2 is very, very weak on this one. Let's look at it under the scope. Alright, this is the 1942 there under the scope. It still has some wonderful detail on it. And as I had mentioned before, the beautiful detail on the stalks. It's still very prominent. There you go. See the bars. Beautiful. Alright, y'all, here we have the 1946S. You guys know that I get very giggly when I find those S mint marks, but this one was super special because it's a wheat scent. And you can see there are some varieties. We'll look at it under the scope and see if it is the S over D. But this one has 198 million mint. And again, unless the grades are pretty high or unless we get that S over D, the grade value seems to be a little bit lower as well. The reverse of this one seems to be in a little bit of a rougher condition. You can see the O on the 1 is almost non-existent, as well as the word America, AME. Alright, let's check it out under the scope. Alright, here's the 1946S under the scope. And as far as I can tell from other examples, this is not going to be the S over D. But we can still look at her a little bit further here. There's Liberty. I mean, you just have to expect these older wheat scents to definitely be in, especially the circulated ones, to be in a certain kind of a circulated condition. But just the fact that you can still see the wheat stalks in such detail on some of these, it's just still astounding to me. Alright guys, here's my two 1937s that I found. And actually this one here, I found it last night during Big T's live stream. And I don't know, I thought it looked red, but they confirmed that it's a brown tone. But I don't know, seeing it next to this one, it still looks like a red to me. Let me know in the comments down below your opinion on what you think the color of this one is. You can see it's also a high mintage, and so it's a very common date, but I think still in a pretty good condition, especially this one here. This one's a little bit cruddy right there. All right, here's the reverse, and again, look at that color tone. You can definitely see the difference on the back. This one is definitely seen better days. You can hardly even see the details in the stalks, but this one is still a little bit in better condition, in my opinion. Again, let me know your comments down, your opinion in the comments down below. All right, guys, here we have a 1920. Actually, the last two that I'm going to show you are my most exciting ones besides that San Francisco wheat scent that I found, only because I have not, at least not any, not that I can remember, found anything in the 20s or 19s. So here we have a 1920 Philadelphia, and again, although it has a high mint, this is one of my first time finding a 1920. And I'd have to say it looks in a pretty nice condition to me. Okay, and here is the reverse of the 1920 Philadelphia. Still just a little bit of details on the stalks, but not anything crazy. Oh, guys, check it out. I didn't even notice this when I pulled it, but this is actually a 1919S. And we have 139 million minted, and wow, I'm really excited about this because it's one of my first teen wheat scents that I find, and it's a San Francisco, so that's really exciting for me. I want to look at this one under the scope as well. Let's check out the reverse first. Not too shabby for being a 1919 year wheat scent. Wow. Yeah, I definitely want to put this one under the scope. Super exciting. There she is, guys. Beautiful S mint mark. Look at that. Wow. Liberty, the text on it is just beautiful. Lincoln's face is still very visible, even a little bit of his ear. Look at that. Let's look at those stalks. Wow. That is a beautiful coin. Amazing. I can't believe it. I still can't get over it. I can't believe that I didn't catch that when I pulled it. I guess just with the naked eye, it was pretty late too, so my eyes weren't as focused. I guess you kind of start going cross-eyed after a while, huh? All right, and along with the wheat scents that I wanted to share with you, I also wanted to share the one Canadian that was in the box. It was a 1966, and in my opinion, actually a very nice one. Look at that. I don't know too much about Canadians, but I do like pulling them. I normally pull about one or two of them a box, and I do know that they're discontinued as well. 1966. All right, guys, I'm going to do this in sections, so let's cut it off here and move on to my next finds.